We've all been there. You're scrolling online or walking through a store, and suddenly you bought something you didn't really need. That's the power of impulse spending, and while it might feel harmless in the moment, those small decisions can add up and wreck your financial goals. The good news is, you can take back control. In this video, I'll explain the psychology behind impulse buying and share proven tactics like the 24-hour rule, keeping wish lists, and even trying a digital detox to break the habit for good. By the end, you'll have practical tools to stop overspending and keep more money in your pocket. Stick around, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss simple, smart money tips like this. Impulse spending is one of the biggest obstacles to financial success. Almost everyone has experienced that sudden urge to buy something. A trendy outfit, the latest gadget, or even just an overpriced coffee, without really thinking about whether it fits into their budget or long-term goals. While the occasional splurge isn't harmful, making impulse spending a habit can drain your bank account, increase debt, and prevent you from building real financial security. The psychology behind impulse buying. Impulse spending often starts with emotion rather than logic. When you feel stressed, tired, or even bored, buying something provides a short burst of pleasure. This is because spending releases dopamine, a feel-good chemical in the brain. It's why many people describe impulse purchases as retail therapy. Marketers also take advantage of psychological triggers. Limited-time offers, flash sales, and only 2 left in stock notifications are designed to create a fear of missing out, FOMO. Social media influencers showcase products in aspirational lifestyles, making you feel like you need to buy something to belong or improve your status. Online shopping platforms even make purchasing seamless by saving your credit card information and enabling one-click checkouts. Recognizing these triggers is the first step. Once you understand that impulse buying is carefully engineered, you can start building defenses to protect your money. Impulse spending is fueled by emotions, dopamine, and marketing tactics designed to push you toward quick purchases. The 24-hour rule. One of the simplest and most powerful strategies to curb impulse spending is the 24-hour rule. The concept is easy. If you see something you want to buy, wait at least 24 hours before making the purchase. That pause gives your logical brain time to catch up with your emotional impulses. In most cases, the desire fades after a day because it was never a true need, just a temporary want. If you still want the item after 24 hours and it fits into your budget, then it may be worth buying. Some people extend this to a 30-day rule for larger purchases like electronics or furniture. This ensures that you only commit to spending money on items that align with your financial goals. The 24-hour or 30-day rule allows emotions to settle and helps you avoid regret-driven purchases. Build a wish list instead of buying immediately. Impulse buying thrives on urgency. One way to counter this is by creating a wish list. Anytime you feel the urge to buy something, add it to a list instead of your cart. Keeping a wish list accomplishes 2 things. First, it satisfies the mental desire of acknowledging the item without immediately spending money. Second, it creates an opportunity to reflect later on whether you truly want or need the item. Over time, you'll notice that many things you put on your wish list lose their appeal, saving you money without making you feel deprived. If you revisit the list after a month and still feel strongly about an item, you can buy it guilt-free, knowing it's not just an impulse. Wish lists give you a buffer between desire and purchase, helping you separate needs from fleeting wants. Practice digital detoxing. Online shopping has made impulse spending easier than ever. With ads following you across websites, email promotions landing daily, and social media feeds showcasing products, resisting temptation becomes a constant battle. A digital detox helps reduce these triggers. Start by unsubscribing from marketing emails, turning off app notifications, and unfollowing influencers or brands that encourage unnecessary spending. For added control, you can even block shopping websites during specific hours using productivity apps. By reducing exposure to these constant prompts, you're less likely to fall into impulse spending traps. This also makes you more intentional with your purchases, since you'll seek out products when you need them, rather than buying just because they appear in your feed. Reducing exposure to digital ads and marketing reduces the triggers that fuel unnecessary purchases. Use cash-only methods. For some people, impulse spending is tied directly to the convenience of credit and debit cards. Swiping or tapping feels painless compared to physically handing over cash. That's why using a cash-only system can be effective. Set a weekly or monthly spending allowance in cash for discretionary items like eating out, coffee, or small treats. Once the cash is gone, you can't spend more without dipping into other areas of your budget. This creates a natural barrier and makes you more aware of how much you're really spending. Even if you don't go completely cash-only, using cash for certain categories of spending, like entertainment or shopping, can make a huge difference in curbing impulses. Paying with cash creates a physical awareness of money spent, making it harder to overspend. Create financial goals that motivate you. Another way to beat impulse spending is to tie your money to bigger goals. When you have something exciting you're working toward, like building an emergency fund, saving for a vacation, or investing for retirement, every unnecessary purchase feels like it's taking away from that dream. For example, imagine you want to save $500 for a weekend getaway. Every time you feel tempted to spend $50 on an impulse purchase, remind yourself that's 10% of your trip budget. Over time, this mental shift strengthens your ability to say no to fleeting desires. Having clear goals not only reduces impulse spending, but also replaces it with a sense of purpose and excitement about where your money is going. Financial goals give you money direction and make resisting temptations easier. Build awareness with tracking. Sometimes people spend impulsively simply because they aren't aware of how often it happens. Keeping a spending journal or using a budgeting app can open your eyes. Every time you make an impulse purchase, write it down along with how you felt in the moment. Were you stressed, bored, excited? Over time, you'll notice patterns in your behavior. Maybe you tend to spend more late at night, or whenever you feel anxious after work. This awareness is powerful. Once you know your triggers, you can build specific strategies to counter them, like going for a walk when stressed instead of opening a shopping app. And that's how you can finally stop impulse spending for good. By using strategies like the 24-hour rule, wish lists, and digital detoxing, you'll create a system that makes saving easier than overspending. Remember, every time you say no to an impulse buy, you're saying yes to your bigger financial goals. If this video helped you, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you'll always have fresh, practical money tips at your fingertips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.